Say the experiences are experiences and they be fertilizing for growth. That's just really the best way to put it. I just got to experience, and it's the thing is misinformation. Google's $1 billion company. If there's two ways to say, hello, what is my name in Irish, when I ask you about it, it should be able to pull up that there's two ways to say it and this is how you say it. Instead of assuming, and then when you give the information needed and then it assumes some more, that annoys the mess out of me. So my name is one in infinity. I'm the only infinite being with my last name. There's other infinite beings with the last name of Radiance. Sure, other languages use words. My name is Radiance. I asked how to say it. I need you to pull up how to say it both ways in Irish. I shouldn't have to be extra assertive as I have to be to get the information that I need. And then it wants to give, and that's just how it needs to be. I have to be eaten up by fleas to create more in my life. And sure, we can say that, oh, that's not how it has to happen, but because at this point, I have to spend $40 to vacuum my car. Sure, it'll help. And yet I live outside. So there's going to be more fleas to get in my car after that. It just is what it is. And I'm getting ate up. And I have to spend $40 on an ice machine because I enjoy cold water. And yet then remember by fertilizing experience that it's full of plastic. And if I had to just stop using, had to, because if I don't want to consume microplastics, well, then I have to stop using things that are full of plastic. So since I stopped using the jugs, the crystal geyser jugs, since it was simple and convenient, then to still make ice with the ice machine made out of plastic by the same people, I have to let it go. If I choose to stop drinking alcohol or to stop cussing, and I choose to still consume content by content creators who choose to disassociate and use that job as their existence, and they cussing, that's not nurturing to every facet of me. If I choose to stop drinking alcohol and I supposedly have these friends, which is supposed to be a mutual bond of affection where we're both growing together, and you still being an alcoholic talking about, let's have fun, let's go have a drink. That's not a reciprocal exchange of energy. That's not nurturing to every facet of me. We aren't actually friends because you are not a friend to yourself. While you definitely have free will, to choose the perpetual consumption when we know exactly what it does to our beings is wild because that's what you choose to have as fun. So we can't be friends. When I choose to stop consuming cannabis because I get exactly what it is, and sure, it was a plant before they pumped it full of chemicals. Sure, our food, all the herbs, I just had to stop drinking tea. From organic to every way, I was doing dried herbs. And it was about $50 more worth of herbs that I had to throw out because the corporations know exactly what's growing on. And I will not be the one to say, oh, it's against us. And yet if you choose to perpetuate, there's a whole system out there that will help you perpetuate. The first time I had to experience that burning sensation was with the valerian root. Most of the times they grow, spray pesticides on it. First off, foremost, seeds and all. Spray pesticides on it the entire time. These things affect your nervous system. They affect our calm systems, respiratory systems, and they attack us because it's easier for them to harvest and blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't have to be that way. So when I had the valerian root, I got the harshest burning sensation. And the only reason why I'm able to understand these sensations, the same as I'd be like, oh, ow, I just whacked myself. That's going to be a bruise later. While I was speaking it into existence per se, I knew exactly what was going to happen. And because I was chose to perpetuate. The simplest way that I can explain perpetuation, here we go with the fleas, is the person who chose to take me in as a foster child, their firstborn was told by the doctors to stop consuming red meat because it is killing and harming their intestines. And this woman still chose to force feed me meat. Then I chose it in perpetuation. Season 18 after, I got free and said, you can either stay here in foster care or you have to get out of their house 90 days after you turn 18. I had no innate actual idea what to do. It took me 2 months and I was in a house without electric and ashamed to tell people about it. And I had a cutoff notice already. Was dating some boy and didn't even want to tell him because he wasn't supposed to be in my life that in perpetuation that I didn't have electric. And that's how perpetuation starts. It's really just as simple as that. The cognitive dissonance. The only meals that this infinite being ever cooked was hamburger helper and things like that. Meatloaf. Sure, it was amazing, except it's a meatloaf. And they still chose, when their daughter heard about that, they started eating turkey. Which is the same difference. Still flesh, made by them, processed and harmful. Started eating turkey, and I still kept eating the other. I looked exactly as I do, as the infinite child that I am, as then. And when I was 365 years later, I was swollen, just like this infinite being. Top portals as big as day. Couldn't wear a size A or B bra because of how swollen I was and inflamed by the food that she chose to feed me. Pointing the finger. They said if I didn't feed you McDonald's and feed you as I was feeding you, that you would be taken away from me. And I wish. Anyhow, the cognitive dissonance, we got to let it go. So dealing with that, TA, is very interesting. And it just helps me experience and want to imagine more. When I create my platform, for my lineage to remember, it's not going to have Google. Because my children shouldn't have to be like, so what? When I create my store, which is not, when I create what I create that's beyond a store, Radiance not grocery, there will be nothing that is harvested, grown, or poisoned with chemicals. When I grow my cannabis in my future, it will not be grown with these lights and chemicals in the cognitive dissonance given to us by Big Pharma. When they say, not FDA approved, everything you're eating. It doesn't, if you are creating food from scratch and you have not grown it without their seeds and pesticides and chemicals, you're still perpetuating exactly as they need you to. I choose transmutation.